Hello, and welcome to episode 154 of the Book Wars Pod.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Same.
As do we all. It's true.
And I already didn't know I was muted, so great start.
Off to a great start.
That was weird. Don't do that again.
No, I'm going to do it all the time now.
Oh, boy.
I think I might leave the pod. Thanks for
Yeah.
having
Okay.
me. 1 year, I'm
We
out.
had a good run.
That's the
154
goal.
episodes.
I'm actually a plant. I am here to break apart the pod from the inside.
Okay,
It's
Marcia.
true.
I'm doing the best at this.
Exactly.
Wait, Rana, when is your podiversary? Do you even know?
I have no fucking idea. I think it was in January. I guess I could
Oh.
check on Twitter quickly.
Wait, last January? Like this past January? It was a
Like
year
couple
already?
weeks ago?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I think
Oh,
so
shit.
because I'm
sounds
pretty sure
right.
because there were a couple things that happened last January, and I'm pretty sure that like then I joined the pod.
Oh, hang on. I have it.
let me check.
Rana's first episode as co-host. It was an episode about season 2 of The Mandalorian, and it released on the 25th of February. So this
Okay.
is as
Ooh.
actually as close as we're gonna get to your
Fuck yeah.
podiversary. So
Don't you really regret your decision? I'm so
I,
sorry.
I was gonna say, you know,
Welcome.
happy year one. It only goes downhill from here.
You guys needed one
Welcome.
person of color now that Kate's gone. You're like, I don't know. Sorry, everyone
Listen.
else would have actually had like information to share.
No.
Just
we were
kidding.
literally like, no more white people. Does anyone
Welcome
have
to
any
the
ideas?
We were literally
Um,
like, we're all stupid. We need somebody with a modicum of intelligence.
Except that I
Yes,
like
that's true.
always am so afraid that everyone will. Wow, see, I can't even form a sentence. That's why you invited me to join the pod of people with no
No, that's
intelligence.
honestly, we knew you'd fit
Um,
right in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were like, what if we made ourselves feel smarter? It's fine.
That's what
Damn.
having a podcast is all about.
Miranda's dad found out she had a podcast this week because I told him.
He absolutely already knew that
You
shit.
didn't tell your dad you had a podcast?
I'm sure he knew.
Oh, because you guys like. See, I can make this joke because I know no one who's related to me will listen to this pod. You guys have supportive parents who want to listen to your endeavors. I understand.
Oh,
See,
he doesn't want to
my
listen
mom's
to my shit.
like, when my stepdad and mom came out to visit this summer, my stepdad was like, why do you have so many Star Wars books? My mom was like, remember she has a podcast. I was like, guys, I joined a podcast that's been out for 4 years. It's fine.
I mean,
Also, my mom doesn't talk like that, so I don't know why I used that voice. She is more interesting.
Yeah, my dad absolutely does not want to listen to this podcast.
my mom went through a period where she listened. I don't think she does anymore, though.
Too
Wait,
scarred.
what?
Well, literally, I made a joke
Sorry,
about how
geeks.
my mom doesn't love me, and then she got like upset about it. So.
Oh yeah, my mom would drive to Colorado and stab me through the heart, and then she'd be like, "Who doesn't love you now?" So,
Yeah.
what were you saying, Keeks? Sorry.
Oh, no. I would just. Everything is very funny. Quinn's mom has listened to this recently. It's,
Is that why
I-
she wished you luck?
oh, maybe. That was very
It was
funny.
very backhanded.
She's just a very, very kind person. It's very confusing.
Yeah, I don't get that.
She's
Kind of
Canadian.
gentle. Yeah, she's just a good person. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. My,
As a
my
Mohawk
girlfriend-
person, no, sorry, go ahead.
My girlfriend listens to the podcast. I'm like, why?
Yeah, my boyfriend listens to the podcast and then likes
the
to
fuck
throw
is this?
quotes into regular conversation every single time. I want to push him through the nearest window. Usually we're on the first floor of his house, so it's okay. But it's unfortunate.
it's
And I'm sure he'll
safe.
hear this exact joke and text me about it. So good job, self. This is fine.
Proud of
Well,
you.
he's
Wait,
just gonna
Rana, you were
troll
gonna say
you,
something
it's
before
fine.
that.
Oh, Orca's here.
Oh, it
sorry.
was just going to be a bad joke about how, as a Mohawk person, I'm not going to comment on white Canadians' kindness. 'Cause,
Yes,
you know,
good
we don't
idea.
have
It's a
the
good
best
joke. It's not a
relationship.
bad joke.
Look at little Orca with his pointy ears in the camera. Hi, Orky.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, he's got big ears.
He's been so annoying the past few days.
I miss him.
Mm.
Is
But
it
he's
'cause you
feeling
haven't
better. That's
kissed his
good.
ears?
It's definitely not.
Hi, buddy.
He doesn't.
so
he
cute.
doesn't love people touching his ears. Like he'll handle it because like he loves us so much, but it's not his favorite.
He kind of looks like a little Muppet right now because we can't see his eyes, so he's just
It's
like
true.
a little like doo, 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 doo. Or like
Yeah.
a shadow puppet.
Yeah, I like the shadow puppet.
His
Mhm.
ears just went out and back in.
Indeed.
Little
All right,
rock and
well,
roll dog.
I don't think we
This,
said
this
what we
is
were
a visual
reading yet.
medium.
This is a Star Wars podcast.
Sorry, he saw his favorite parent leaving and decided to forcibly remove himself from the vicinity.
Hi, Kate.
No, it's by Kate. She's leaving.
Exactly.
I thought he just meant leaving the room. Sorry.
I mean,
Or she's
yes.
still going away.
Also, by Kate is just a joke. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. See, again, you invited me on the pod so that I would laugh at your jokes, but I don't know when they are, so I'm not helping. If you'd like to reconsider our contract,
There was no contract.
that's
I
I
was
know
going
we
to say,
made-
you're getting paid
we
for
made that
this?
joke like a year ago. Remember?
like, what
No
the
one
fuck?
remembers. It's fine. Chris was like, "Oh yeah, Rana's the only member with a contract." It was a thing. I don't know why. I
Yeah, your
remember.
debut was memorably not memorable.
I think the only, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Keeks, feel free to cut this, but I think the only reason I remember that is because I consumed the least amount of weed of people on this podcast.
Definitely don't cut that. It's very possibly true.
Yeah.
Although I
sure.
usually don't record high, but I'm not
Oh,
going
I
to
don't mean during the pod. I mean my memory abilities.
Oh, just in life?
which
Oh,
aren't
for
great.
sure.
Oh no, I
For
probably got you
sure.
beat.
Yeah.
It's not
Um,
shaming, by the way.
Good talk,
I probably got you
everyone.
beat. It's okay.
Keeks is like, can we please get to the point? Okay.
No, we have to
Thanks,
make this into
producer.
a full
Keep
length episode.
producing.
I was just wondering what we were reading. Does anyone know?
No idea.
we're reading High
It's a
Republic.
Star Wars.
Yeah, we're reading. It's a Star Wars book. Twist.
Bum,
High
bum,
Republic: Light of the
bum.
Jedi by Charles Soule. Chapter 36 through to the end.
It's part 3.
We
It
read
is
that
part
shit.
3.
For real this time, and not like when I thought we were reading part 2, but we only read part of part 2.
It's true. Part 2 was very long. I
But
don't
it was
take
like 100
responsibility at all.
Lies.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about stuff. But first, what are we drinking?
I'm drinking a Breakside IPA.
Ooh.
Where is this Breakside IPA from? Did
Breaks out.
who? Yeah, thank you.
Savage.
It's true.
I don't
Excuse
know
me?
how-
Sorry.
That's a good one. Chris is gonna spit his water out. It's gonna be really funny. No, it was one of those things where someone on our way out of somewhere said, "Please take the beer. We're not gonna drink it." And then you end up with a bunch of random ass beers. You're like, I don't
Was
even
it
think I
my
brought this
parents'
here."
house?
I don't think it was your parents' house because we didn't have Breakside IPA there.
They had it there, though, and Quinn was in charge of packing up y'all's beer.
Okay, that could be where it's from. I was really wondering how
It would have
got
been
my
a fun
fridge, but I was
mystery
like,
otherwise.
Good idea.
No, I
Yes.
definitely saw that in the fridge on Saturday.
Well, I'm drinking it now, and it's delicious.
I think
for
I
my
got that from my
friends.
dad for his birthday.
And then he gave it away.
It was
Happy
3 months
birthday.
ago.
Happy birthday to me. To Bob. Breakside beer brewing in Portland, Oregon. It's delicious. It's 2 blocks from Miranda's house.
So great.
It's so delicious and wonderful. What are you drinking, Chris?
I'm drinking some fantastic artisanal tap water.
Ooh,
Go
that
Boulder.
hippie Boulder shit.
Yeah,
Some
the
nice
finest
wildfire
Boulder
water.
municipal water, whatever the fuck, has to offer.
Oh, actually, I could tell you all about that probably.
Honestly, I bet you couldn't, so that's why we're gonna move on.
I don't know anything about it, but I know I could figure out who to ask real quick.
Yeah, I believe you. But yeah, theoretically, I'm gonna try to bake after this, and so I didn't want to be
Ooh,
drunk.
What are you gonna
because,
bake?
If I get off my ass and do it, an apple crisp
Ooh.
or
You
apple
know-
crumbles, apple something.
This is another
Ooh.
indication that you're a nighttime person because the idea of baking after like 6 p.m.
I've
Unless
done
it's for
I've
the
like,
next morning.
I've done
No,
like a
yeah.
half batch of cookies before, like in the evening, and it's
It's like,
It's
or
so
if I'm
late.
like going to an event the next day, I might stay up late cooking, but then it's not
Yes.
as good, and it's like,
Mhm.
and then there's
yeah. So
stress
respect
and
for making apple crisp at 10 p.m.
pressure.
Sorry,
We do love apple crisp.
It
I
sounds
have
good.
cake.
I was supposed to make an apple cake this weekend. You know what I didn't do? Make an apple cake. So
I have
Whoops.
leftover cake from going to my parents' house this weekend. my
Apple
mom
cake-
made it because
Emily,
she
is that
had to make
top two?
cake. What?
Yeah, why did she have to make cake?
So she made
Why
cake
shouldn't anyone make
for a potluck at work the day before, and she was like, "I'll just make 2," because she had
Mm.
people coming over on Saturday.
Well,
You know what though? I've been that person.
Oh yeah, many times. It's like you want to. I feel like I want to bake for other people, and my baking is not very good, to be fair, but like I want to bake for other people. I don't want to bake for myself at home. I've lived at the beginning of the pandemic, I would make like whole pies and cakes for myself, and then I was like, who's eating this?
It's
I'm
just
eating
me.
this. When my mom went home when I was recovering from surgery and she went home for a weekend and then came back, she accidentally made a double batch or like a 1.5 batch of chocolate cake. So she brought some of it back for me, and it was so good.
Nice.
So good.
I love that for you. No, the
Also,
reason
don't
I
disparage your
the-
baking skills. Your baking skills are great. Sorry, go ahead, Kristen.
Oh, I was
Fair.
just gonna
Mediocre.
say the only reason I was like, why did your mom make a cake? Is because I know Miranda's mom famously fucking hates baking,
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
does not like it, and was like,
She's-
hopefully, last time I had dinner there, she like made cupcake something. She made something. Maybe it was another type of cake, but she was like, hopefully it doesn't poison us. Enjoy.
I love
Yeah,
it.
she's famously a cook.
She's a great
does not-
cook.
She's a great cook. She does not like recipes, so baking is
Yeah.
not her strong suit.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's Kate too. Kate cannot bake.
I feel like baking at elevation is difficult. Like I have not figured out all the secrets for it, and it's always a little bit drier than I want it to be, and it's
Yeah, I haven't had too many like abject disasters, but I've definitely had a lot of things just be like just off enough that they're disappointing.
Yeah, like I would not want to serve it to like I feel like on the East Coast I feel like I can bake. But then here I always feel
Yeah.
it's okay.
I think like there's a whole other part of like pastry school that is about elevation. If
There I have a book on it, but
yeah.
ask me if I've absorbed it. No.
just
The only thing
mean,
I remember is
like-
that bread should have 3 rises in Colorado or over 5,000 feet or over 3,000 feet in elevation rather than 2.
I just mean don't be down on yourself about it. I think
Oh, no,
there's
it's okay.
like I think there are like whole people whose specialties are like
Oh, yeah, I'm
elevation
not down on it.
bakers.
Like the thing
Okay.
is it has enough sugar and fat that I'm going to eat it either way. So
That's
it's
where
like
I'm
eating
at.
bad ice cream. Like you're still going to eat it.
Yeah. It's true.
It's true. Chris, it's your turn to ask someone what they're drinking. Here we go.
Miranda, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking bourbon from our friends at Freeland Spirits. I've had them before. They're the women-owned and operated and distilled distillery here in Portland. Their bourbon is fucking delicious.
Love that for you.
Thank you.
Do you
So
know where
I'm
they
almost-
source their stuff from?
Fuck, I don't know. I'd have to
'Cause I
look it
don't-
up.
I asked that because I don't think they're old enough to be doing their own.
No, they've only
bourbon.
been around a couple
Yeah.
years. But because they mainly do gin, that's like their bread and butter. But I don't drink gin, and their bourbon is delicious. So
We've returned to talking about the gincident. I see.
I never get over the word incident. It's so great.
I did
very
get
good.
Very funny.
some of their gin for my mom for Christmas. She was real excited. But that is what I am drinking. Rana, what are you drinking?
I am drinking. I think I had a different beer by this. I don't want to say brewery because it's not a brewery, but by this creator
Fermentation
before.
project.
It's a Spencer Trappist ale, but this is their quadruple. And I only have it because I got a bunch of them when I left my old job. The CEO there was super into beer, so as a like thanks for working with me for a couple of years, they didn't have the type of beer he liked, so I like got him a couple of these, but then I kept one for myself because I wasn't giving him a full 4-pack. I was like mixing a bunch of beers. Anyways, it's delicious. So I think I mentioned when I had the Spencer beer a couple months ago that this is the only Trappist beer Trappist ale creating area in the United States, and 2, it's right next to my grandparents' house.
Ooh, that's
So
fun.
I like drive by. I used to know them for their delicious jams, and now they make the only Trappist ale in the country, and it's really good, honestly. So this is their quadruple. Like I said, it's described as fragrant, robust, and full-bodied. It is a classic Trappist quadruple, mahogany in color, and crowned with a dense, tan, frothy head. Not gonna comment on that. It is described as malt forward, and I think that's accurate. I love a malt beer. And it is 10.2%, so I will
Ooh,
not be
big
finishing it
girl.
while recording, but I probably will before I stretch and go to bed. So that's my story. And
I love
that's
that
what
for
Into
I'm
you.
it,
drinking.
folks.
We love a quadruple. Yum yum yum.
Yeah, it's delicious. I would not buy it for myself, but I'm really glad I have one. And it says pair with friends and family, so I don't know why I'm here. No,
That's
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say.
Ah.
I
I
did
was gonna say your timing's poor, but that's okay.
That was a good sound drop there, Keeks. Well suited.
Oh my God, what?
He
Don't
has
talk to
lots
Orca
of
like that.
Star Wars opinions, Chris.
Do you want to be on the pod? Is that
Daddy, daddy, daddy.
Orca,
Lift me
don't
up.
let him talk
Orca
to you
would
like
be a
that. Bite
great
him.
correspondent.
Bite.
He would never bite me unless I were to attack Kate somehow. Then he would bite me.
I'm not gonna say anything.
He does. So we have like a little massage gun because Kate's back is just an absolute train wreck of human muscles, and whenever I do the massage gun on her back, he gets like really upset and starts crying,
Wow.
like
Meanwhile-
without fail.
Meanwhile, Cadman and I will like jokingly fight, and I'll like trip over the couch or something, and Argos is like, "Hey, what's up? That's cool."
It's like, who are you again?
No, Orca will like try to swat away the massage gun. It's very cute
Aw,
and also very
Orky.
sad.
Argos was worried when I had my concussion, but he doesn't care if other people do things. So like,
Tony
whatever.
doesn't give a fuck about me.
That is the difference between a cat and a
I was
dog.
gonna say Tony's a cat. That's part. I'd be more
I have
worried if Tony cared about you.
I have had very caring cats in the past.
I don't deny that he cares about you. I just mean I'm not surprised he doesn't interfere with your harm.
Oh yeah, no. He is great, but he's an asshole.
I think
He's
he's just
very
described
cute.
cats.
I think,
Yeah,
I think Jasper's more protective of Quinn than me.
correct.
But it's also unclear because if only two of us are home, like if two of us are home and we're in different places, he'll come hang out with me, and I think it's because he wants to protect me from. I think he doesn't know. I think he's very torn. Marina, what the fuck are you doing?
These are really old headphones, so they're kind of fraying.
I'm just creating edit points for myself. What
By
are you
the-
doing?
by the
Is it
pluggy
because of the
part.
noise that just happened? Yeah.
So it's like I've got like a static.
Oh, was that you? I thought that was me. Okay, good.
You know. Sorry.
Okay. Good talk, everyone. I'm probably going to
Sports.
leave that
I'm sure
in.
Jasper loves you very much.
Oh, he does. I'm not.
Though I know apparently he loves your mother-in-law more than anyone. So.
Oh,
Well.
he did attack the vacuum today when I was vacuuming water out of my basement, so that was very valiant of him.
Go Jasper.
He's
it
a
was
brave boy.
attacking me. It was not attacking me.
But it could have been.
Vacuums are very scary. He did puncture the hole in our shop vac, so puncture a hole in the tube of our shop vac. It's fine. I duct taped it.
I love it.
One of the uses.
Yeah, Argos doesn't give a fuck. He would fight a coyote, but not for me, just because it's a coyote. My
Just 'cause
dog
it
is
looked
a
at him
racist.
funny.
Fun.
Yeah, Orca would not fight a vacuum. Orca is terrified of the vacuum.
Oh, well, he's like the size of half of a vacuum. He's like the size of a vacuum hose.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna get sucked up. He's still, in case anybody didn't hear that, he is still barking at me because he wants me and Kate to be in the same place, and we are not. We're the 40 odd feet between where Kate is and where I am right now. It's just too much. So let's get this show on the road so Orca can stop having a panic attack.
Star Wars.
Star
like
Wars.
human, like dog.
Yeah, right. We have a very anxious dog. As a reminder for this book, our cause that we're encouraging people to do is A, donate blood, B, donate to your local food bank, and C, give to the Cyber Civil Rights Initiative at cybercivilrights.org because people are creepy. And all people, really, are just always creepy.
True.
Accurate.
So Star Wars, people died.
A lot. Like a
How
lot
many
of people
died? A lot? Sorry. Yeah, no, a lot of people died.
It's like a lot of unplanned holdo maneuvers,
Yeah.
let's say.
That's
Yeah.
a really good way of putting it, actually.
Yeah. That was really fucked up.
Yeah, super disturbing.
Like, and I was skimming through it again today, and it took me a second to kind of realize why that was happening. And I was like, oh, Marcion Rowe is in charge of everything, and he's controlling the ships with the paths. because of how the computer works. So he's just killing all of them,
Yeah.
but in a way that, like, you cannot trace that shit back to him.
Yeah, I can't, like, although obviously it's a despicable thing to do, blah, 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 it's also fake and in space, so I don't feel as bad saying that, like, it's an intriguing strategy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's
Like,
well thought out.
absolutely. It is terrible. It is garbage. It is very smart on his part.
Mm-hmm.
You hate to see it.
Had a lot of fucked up things in that weapon, or in that weapon. In that battle. The thaw is the sound of me yawning in my brain as I'm ready to go to bed at 8:41 p.m. When they used the waste from the ships, I was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
repulsive.
Yeah, he was like, fight like the Nile. And they're like, we're just going to unload all this radioactive space shit.
Fight like the Nile. Okay, we're literally gonna poop in space now.
So this is like maybe a dumb question, but did the ships have like create enough gravity then for it to? Otherwise, wouldn't it just kind of float around aimlessly?
I suspect they ejected it from the hold somehow.
Okay,
Yeah.
like
To
with
give it momentum.
propulsion. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there was some kind of propelling
Mhm.
force.
They also at one point used having learned from the whatever they're called, not inferences. What are those things called in the beginning of the book?
Emergences.
Thank you for from the emergencies that people will be concerned about pods with individuals on them. Decided to turn their escape pods into explosives, and then sure enough, when the Republic Army took them in, they exploded.
Yeah, the Republic was not prepared for that kind of warfare.
Yeah. They were really just not prepared for this battle at all.
No.
Despite
And-
having far more resources.
Exactly. Yeah, like they won it, but like it's hard to be prepared for the stuff that even the Nile didn't know Marchion Ro could do. But like they really like when Cronaro was like, I didn't expect him to play fair, but this, I'm like, you really like what did you expect the alternative to be?
Like,
for
do you just
them.
want them to be sneaky? And,
Yeah.
like, come at you from behind?
Mm-hmm.
Stab you in the back situation? You can't do that in space with ships. That's not how stabbing works, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
This battle was interesting though because I don't think we've ever seen tactics like this. Like we've seen the Holdo maneuver. Like I joked about it, but like that's pretty much the only one of the few instances of a sacrificial ramming that we really see in Star Wars.
Yeah,
But
that
but this is different. Like there was even before Ro, made all their engines start going crazy. They went in without a plan in a really interesting way.
I mean, to be fair, like, they didn't go in thinking an entire Republic fleet would show up.
This is true.
Like, that was definitely not part of the plan.
But you know what, Burb? Fail to prepare to fail.
And doesn't he
You
have
know
a
what?
quote? Doesn't Marchion Ro have a quote about why he doesn't have real plans?
That's
At the end of
true.
The book.
He doesn't believe in plans. He only believes in
Which
destinations.
is such a, I'm sorry, as a spreadsheet person, I am offended by the idea of not believing in plans. Like, you know what? You don't have to stick to plans. But you don't believe in them? You don't
No, that guy
believe
thinks
in
he's too
acquiring
cool for
information and
school.
plotting it into... It's fine.
He does not
He's never made a
model
spreadsheet in his life.
plans.
It's fake it in space. It's fine.
He does not use data to inform his decision making. But
He's just fucking electroshocking Marie Santeca. Clippy pops up. Are you sure you want to do that?
As she has her 6th seizure of the week. Yeah.
It seems like you're trying to kill the most valuable asset you have.
Did you mean to... Yeah. I wish I had a funny joke there, but let's just pretend.
Clippy. Oh god, I had a point, but then I got distracted by fucking Clippy. which is the only thing
happened to all
Clippy
of
is good
us.
for.
Yeah, exactly. That's Clippy's whole
The only
purpose.
thing. Yeah, but like, they didn't go in with a plan, but that's also kind of how the Nile tend to function in battle, as far as I can tell. Like, sometimes it's like, okay, we're gonna go down to this planet, we're gonna steal these people and bring them back so we can get money. I'm like, okay, that's fairly planned. Sure. But, like, as soon as Kassav was like, fight like a Nile, everyone was just like, okay, there are no rules, let's go. Like, they were ready for it with, like, their batshit kind of, techniques? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Tactics?
Tactics! They're tactics. That's probably a point.
Yeah. It is. It's interesting to see this kind of like, and obviously like Nile is quite on the nose, but this lack of a plan, and for most of them, lack of real goals and how it is going to apply, because obviously you don't really take over a galaxy without a plan. Like, as much as Markion might like claim otherwise, you at least have guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Generally.
He does kind of seem to have a plan, though.
Yeah, like he has every step thought out, but then I don't know if it's that he thinks it out as it's happening, like when he punches Kassav in the face, and then he's like, fuck it, I'm taking everything over. Or, like, maybe he doesn't have a plan in the sense of, like, if he were interviewed by the Nile and asked his 5-year goals, he might not know.
Okay, but he did, we find out that, like, he does orchestrate a lot of the
Yeah.
major events of this. Like, it's like, oh my god, it's an accident that this ship just ran into a Nile ship crossing through on one of the paths. But no, he sent a little ship on, like, a raiding
Yeah.
journey or whatever the fuck it was.
The whole thing was intentional.
Like, so they would be crossing it at that specific time. And it turns out that, like, he is the little kid who called the Jedi outpost on Ephrona, like, gee, Mr. Jedi, you should come save us. And, like, his whole thing was kind of, doing all of the off-screen machinations to get Lorna D to, like, try to go steal this family. And he's like, well, there's Jedi on that planet, and they're dumb as hell, so they'll probably fuck up and get the Jedi after them when they're trying to do this kidnapping, so maybe I can catch a Jedi. And I'm afraid to know what he's going to do with said Jedi, but he certainly acquired one.
He did indeed. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Poor Bell.
He did so well. He, like, I know it was last section when he jumped out of the Vector with the kiddo, and, like, they safely landed and all of that shit. But, like, he's here talking to his master. His master's like, I'm gonna make you a master. That's better than anything you can do in any Jedi trials. And then it's like, oh, he might be dead now.
Enjoy.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just... We don't have feelings in the Jedi, so this isn't going to be traumatizing at all.
At least now he gets to have Ember as a support animal.
That's true.
Ember is the best emotional support pup.
That is correct.
But yeah, it's hard to watch.
Also,
Yeah.
just, like, looking at the relationship between Loden Greatstorm and Bell from Loden's point of view, when he's like, so Bell thought that nobody would notice that he named this Vector, but I heard him talking to the emotional support dog about it, and it's a really good name. It's really cute. I like that for him. It's like he's so proud.
Yeah, he loved him.
Proud dad energy.
We're
That's
actually
insane.
seeing masters who emotionally support their Padawans? What? I don't
In
understand.
Star Wars? No way.
Seems questionable. That's why
One
he got
parentheses,
captured
one
and
in a
may or may
row.
not die soon.
Exactly.
You gotta get the trauma in somehow.
It's true. So the other thing about the Jedi that we got a little bit of a glimpse into is Markian Ro hates them. Like,
Yeah.
big
Oh.
hates them.
A lot of people hate the Jedi, but this guy, something happened there,
It's personal in some way.
I
and
want
like
to read more.
generationally personal.
Yeah. I also really want to read more about that, whatever that purple weapon glowing thing is. I has
Yeah.
to know.
Hashtag foreshadowing.
Ooh, it's gonna be creepy and weird. What's gonna happen to Loden? Like
I
he's just
mean-
being held hostage. You can't tell us. We're gonna find out in a future book. Yes.
Yeah.
However, he's just like being held hostage, and like I think Markion has like 7 other hostages just kind of hanging around in the cells. He's like, I don't really care about them. We're here for you, buddy.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, it was really cool though when Loden was like, he force body slammed him against a wall because he was real mad.
I was not pleasantly surprised at all. Whoa, what am I saying? I was surprised. I don't know if other people saw this coming, but when Martian Ro immediately killed the one surviving, what's their last name, Blythe, I had at that point, until that point, believed the whole, this is a rich family who resettled and now we can get a lot of money for them. And so when he just like slices them in half. Side note, loved the detail that it smells bad when people get chopped up with a lightsaber because it makes sense that it would. But yeah, when Lorna D is like, yeah, this is too much, this is gross, you've gone too far.
Yeah, I absolutely still believe that. Like, granted, it's part of that because most of that was told from Lorna D's kind of side of things, sure. But also, like, there's money. They want to get the money. That's the whole point of the Nile, is you get the money, you kill the people, you go get more money. Like, they're raiders. There's nothing super complicated about their organizational goals at this point. But then he's got some plans up his sleeve.
One
So he
might say.
does.
One might say they're
Evil plans, if you will.
Yeah. And then the epilogue where
They fuck.
where we find out that the Jedi rules about celibacy are not well enforced for Padawans, it would appear.
Yeah, turns out it's just to be expected. That was intriguing.
Fucking Yoda and his abstinence-only education, like,
It never works.
What does Yaddle think of that? I'd
it's
like
a great
to know.
fucking question.
I don't necessarily think anything happened there. Maybe I'm just being Star Wars space racist, but
But yeah, no, it is, especially since we've seen like this like chemistry from them previously
Oh,
in the book.
yeah.
The tension between them the whole time has just been like, are you fucking after every scene? Like, what's going on here?
At first, I thought it was like, well, no. Please erase that, Geeks. My point, it doesn't make sense. I've already said a similar point. I'm tired. Done erasing.
Is this the first time in this book, because I obviously don't remember the rest of the book even though we just read it, where somebody has a force vision?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
So they still have force visions in the High Republic. And some super fucked up shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, some quality prophecying is alive and well.
Yeah, and of course they give it to Elzar Mann, who, like, it absolutely tracks, because he, like, really seems to have a really good relationship with the Force, and he's, that's the whole thing, is he can't, or he has an approach to the Force and understanding the Force and wielding the Force and existing alongside the Force that is just kind of different than the rest of the Jedi, and, like, I wonder what any, like, immediate actions are gonna be, just because, like, he's the one who had the vision.
Yeah.
Like, it was not Avar Kriss. If she was like, so I saw everybody die, they'd be like, oh man, this is maybe an issue. But it's like, Elzar Mann's the crazy guy, like, who does weird Force shit. And they're like, oh, you're not supposed to do this, sir.
Yeah, they only just finally elevated him. Notice
Yeah.
that he didn't throw a massive fit, Anakin. It's
Well, the book ended.
fine. True, but I mean when he was not elevated for such a long time.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant in response to his fucking
Oh no,
dreams.
no, that
He was not the chosen one. We didn't build up his ego on the way.
Listen, Anakin never made it rain, is all I'm saying.
It's true.
well, I'm not gonna comment on that. Just saying. There was a weird nightclub scene.
That's, you know what? You're so right. We don't know what happened other than, those 2 minutes.
I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I'm sorry. It's like almost 9 o'clock. My brain is gone.
I do love that, like, even though he, like, fucking literally made it, like, created his own fucking weather pattern on a planet, the council's like, fine, you can be a master. Like, it's so reluctant. And, like, again, it speaks to this, like, even though we see much less of it in the High Republic, this dogma that has already set in among the Jedi that there is a right way to do things.
That's a good
among
word.
The Jedi. Thank you.
I was gonna say the Jedi are very dogmatic, right? And like he does not color inside the lines in this very boring coloring book. Like he kind of wants to explore shapes and colors and all of that, and that's frowned upon. He doesn't follow the rules, even though he's so powerful.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we're going to learn more about Stellan Gios, who's kind of the third member of this.
The one that they ditched
Yeah.
Yeah, to go fuck.
To go not fuck.
to go reminisce on fucking.
Yeah.
to go share a quiet moment after an emotional tour of the Starlight Beacon.
But we're going to learn much more about him in the coming books, particularly in the second wave of books. And it really is interesting to see these like 3 immensely powerful Jedi and the 3 different paths that they take.
That's exciting. Now I'm excited to read that.
You've piqued my interest. But now I'm just thinking about like how much of the Jedi Council and the Jedi kind of like as an organization being like super fucking uptight are we gonna see over the rest of this? Like I feel like we touched an episode or 2 ago on how obviously like the council that we see when Anakin's around fucking sucks. Like the stick is so far up their asses that like nobody can really do anything. But here it's like, okay, we've got all these Jedi, they're all powerful, like we've got these research things going on and this, but still we're not gonna, maybe we don't make this guy master. Like I want to see if we get any insight into the reasoning, into the process of becoming more conservative as a council, see if any shit happens.
You're gonna have a good rest of Phase 1 of the High Republic, verb. Is all I'm gonna say.
Hell yeah.
I'm super excited to see where all these storylines are going, honestly.
I
Yeah.
have so many things I want to say about Stellan Gios, and I can't say any of them yet.
We did not read that yet, sir.
I know.
It's not in this book.
I'm just gonna. The one thing I'll say, Stellan Gios, easily my least favorite character of the trio, of Elzar and Avar.
Tracks.
That checks out.
Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna text you while I'm reading.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So
I'm sure.
can't wait.
So, at this point of the pod, that we were completely spontaneously making this decision that we didn't just discuss in recording.
Plot twist: Kristen left the conversation in.
That would be honestly, you should. That'd be very funny. You're muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
She's not plugged in, folks.
It's a work meeting. Kristen, you're on mute.
So we use the confused, or Chris used confusion. It's super effective.
Nope, you're gone.
It was a great joke.
We actually
you.
did this to Kristen. We knew that she would want to participate, and I wasn't going to be allowed.
Oh, we broke her. We broke our producer.
Wouldn't be the first time.
But anyway, as Kristen tries to figure herself out so that she can make a highly anticipated joke, we are actually going to skip the wrap-up for this book and just kind of continue talking now. Just about a couple other things. And then I think probably after we read our next few books, we'll do like an overall wrap up of the first wave of High Republic stuff.
It all kind of goes together.
It
I
does.
imagine.
It does indeed. And so that is, one of the questions that I want to, we don't really have a lot to talk about it now, but like I want to keep in mind is what are the advantages or disadvantages of a shared narrative? And obviously we haven't seen any sharing of that yet, but we will.
I can't answer that without knowing what the shared narrative looks like.
Yes, that.
Let me frame it differently then. What are you all looking forward to or nervous about in kind of the way that it is told and the shared narrative and all the different perspectives?
I'm nervous about muting myself again by accident.
Hey.
There she is.
I'm back. Hey. Yeah, I've been doing drops and stuff. I think I like absent-mindedly press the I have like a dongle that has like an input that I can like mute with the button. And I'm sure I just pressed it by accident. So I was like, oh, they didn't like my drops. No, they didn't hear them. It's fine. Everything's fine.
There we go. Kristen's back. Anyway,
Did
Ronnie,
you have
look very
something to
pensive.
say?
That was it.
Okay, I thought that she had something she was going off mute for.
No, now she's looking at her phone.
Oh, I accidentally just Instagram called Kate.
How desperate were you about being muted? Like, did you want her to run upstairs and put it on the microphone?
That's right, folks. Our producer is great at technology.
I'm having
Doesn't this explain
a
a lot?
hard time right now. No, I was coming off mute to be like, do you guys have more than 20 minutes of shit to say about the wrap up? I don't think so. Let's power through. Which is what
I
Chris
also
already
don't
Great.
think so. Considering I
Leave
asked
it
one
in.
question
Leave it
and
all
we're already,
in.
we're already struggling. But yeah, what are y'all like looking
Well,
forward
we
to or
didn't
nervous
answer
about?
yet.
I know, I'm kidding.
I am so curious about the Loden Greatstorm storyline. Like, one, how did I not catch the fact that his last name is Greatstorm? Like, it seems like very clear, not necessarily subtle foreshadowing.
Even the Nile think that one's a little on the nose.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait to see what happens with that. I felt like even just the methods of imprisoning him were really fascinating. I felt like I hope that gives us a light on Marchion Ro and the Ro family's history with the Jedi. I want that storyline. Whether it ends in Loden Greatstorm dying, turning, like not being able to be a Jedi anymore because he has too much anger inside of him, I don't know. But I want to see where it goes. 100%. Also, I just feel sad whenever I read about it. So, I
In
guess I want to be
terms
sad
of
longer.
Why? Everything is terrible. In terms of like the different perspectives, we kind of see it like in this book, it's just the changes in point of view. And like just so we'll be in different parts of a battle and just like, okay, well, like we see this part of the battle from this person, but I wonder like if as the High Republic continues, we're going to see like opposing takes on one narrative. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, that would be fun. I like that.
That's me sounding smart.
I like that because it gets confusing.
Yeah, and like especially 'cause it's just so easy to like interpret things different ways. And if you've got people with different agendas and shit, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what it's going to look like, but the disadvantages of it, none. What a great way to look at things. Chaos. Who knows what's happening? It's not me. It's maybe not the characters. It's Star Wars. It's taken in space. It's supposed to be fun. And sad.
Indeed.
Mostly fun.
That was really my main question for the wrap up, which is why I didn't want to record a wrap up. Do y'all have any questions?
Well, I didn't think about it ahead of time. But
No, I mean, I think, and maybe I kind of touched on this in talking about the council, I still have feelings about the timeline or where this
Oh yeah, so let's talk about
arc
that now that
fits
we're
in.
through the first
Yeah.
book.
I think now that we're through the first book, like, yeah, maybe I see it a little more, because there are some signs already that the Jedi Order is gonna have some cracks and things aren't super working the way they should, and this and that. But like, I want to see that continue to play out before I feel good about it only happening 200 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's, in terms of like the galactic timeline, that is a real quick fall from grace.
Yeah. It's like 1/9. That's like a quarter of a Yoda, really.
Yeah, and like they're calling him ancient in this book.
Yeah, that side note, I was like, 1, wow, he's already ancient. 2, why does he get to do whatever the fuck he wants? Like,
'Cause
why
he's
has that
already been a
never
Jedi for like
changed?
500 years.
Yeah,
he's
gotta
been
be
around for
something
so
like that,
fucking
like-
long that they're like, yeah, teach the kids. That won't fuck anyone
it's just
up.
fascinating to me. I was like, all right, that's
Oh,
a choice.
maybe this is the start, because it kind of seemed like he had just kind of decided to start teaching younglings.
Are you
It was
saying
kinda-
Yoda was the downfall of the Jedi?
We all know that he was.
I was
That
gonna
is
say,
not
I'm not shocked.
controversial.
I know, I'm just kidding. Shocking.
But when they're on, they're doing the tours of the Starlight Beacon at the end. Ava or Chris or whoever it is like, oh yeah, there's Yoda. He's teaching some younglings now. He's got them around, and I'm like, is this where it starts?
Yeah.
He's doing it. He's poisoning their minds.
We are going to have Yoda as a main character once we get to the children's comic, Star Wars Adventures, High Republic Adventures, excuse me.
We'll see.
Not a main character, but like a major supporting character.
Sure.
So we'll be able to see all the havoc he is wreaking, as Yoda is wanted to do.
Not our chaotic little space demon. Causes the downfall of an entire fucking galaxy, then hits a little twink with his cane. Hey, ha, ha.
Can you do that again?
Yeah, can we turn that into a drop?
I'll do
Frank
my
Oz could
best.
never.
Anyway, that was like when callback from the beginning of the episode when my mother-in-law was like, "Good luck with the podcast." I was very much like, I'm not afraid. You will be.
Yeah, that guy's in charge of like teaching younglings, and he's clearly gonna do it for the next 200 years. That's a bad sign. Nobody should teach anything for 200 years, especially if he's the one in charge of the curriculum.
It's true.
Seems questionable.
I don't think he lesson plans. I think he.
No, he definitely just wings every single lesson for 200 plus years.
I don't think
It's like,
that's-
they
not
can't really
great.
watch movies.
He just really hopes that Obi-Wan's going to come in with another problem every day.
He
So
wheels
they
that
can
TV
make fun
in
of him with the
every
children.
single day.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's all we have to say about Light of the Jedi.
I will say I really enjoyed it.
I'm
Yes.
so fucking
I'm a,
hyped for
I'm
the
a
High
deeply
Republic.
critical human being, but I did enjoy reading this.
Oh man, when I was reading this the first time, because I actually read this book once before we did it just now for the podcast, I think I was texting Chris like a lot in all caps. I was so excited.
You were indeed.
It was great. I've been looking forward to this since it was announced, and great start. I'm really excited to continue and see where it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a producer, I'm very happy that you guys like this book because you guys have not liked the last few books, or so it seems, or also just things take us.
Or we just
98
hate all
years.
things Star Wars.
Well, no, just things
We're good
take
Star
us.
Wars fans that way.
Yeah, things take us 98 years to read now, but like it when y'all don't like it, it's sad. It's just
No,
not
it
as
is nice to
fun.
be reading a book that we like
Yeah.
for now.
It's just like an adventure, you know? That reminds me, I better go buy the next one. Damn.
Yeah, on that note, so we're going real quick through the next few. So first, For next week, we're reading The High Republic, A Test of Courage. It is the first middle grade High Republic book. We're going to be reading the whole book because it's middle grade and it's not long.
Oh, that's why I couldn't fucking find it.
Because it's middle grade, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was middle grade. I was looking in the adult science fiction section of Pals on Hawthorne.
Yeah, that shit ain't going to be there. So yeah, we're reading the whole book of that. And then we're going to be reading Into the Dark, which is the first YA High Republic
Oh,
book.
this looks cute.
Yeah, A Test of Courage is really it's really cute, but also we'll talk obviously, but Vernestra is the best, just the best Jedi ever.
Is she gay?
She's queer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that particular aspect of her is in this first book, but it is in future ones.
I will take it.
Yeah. Anyway, so for next week, The High Republic, A Test of Courage by Justina Ireland. And then if you want to get ahead on your buying, we're going to be reading The High Republic, Into the Dark by the one and only Destroyer of Feelings, Claudia Gray.
Love her.
In the meantime...
They did have that one there,
Yeah.
but I didn't know when it... Maybe. I didn't buy it, so maybe not.
In the meantime, if you have the means, donate to the organizations we mentioned at the top. And then if you do want to support us, donate to the Tashi Station Radio Patreon and give us coffee at ko-fi.com. It really helps us cover our hosting and production costs, which in turn helps us buy more stuff for Argos, Cerberus, Jasper, and Orca, and Tony. Our theme song is Whiz Bang by Poddington Bear. Our logo and artwork are by Joe Butera Design. And our audio and production are done, muted or not, by Kristen McDonald. For Rana, Miranda, Keeks, Kate, I am Chris. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm ready to go to sleep, but I still have this much.